See if anybody else is. We'll give it 4 minutes. There's like 6 matches on today, so we gotta wrap it up quick.
Most says nothing starts till 1.
12, yeah, 1 o'clock. But there's like a bunch of them back to back to back, and
Oh.
some at the same time. So
I don't know why they switched that. It was nice before where it was like staggered so you could watch everything.
yeah, you just probably got to get through the 48.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's see. Karen might be coming, so I'll wait a couple more minutes for Karen.
Cool.
Collective, putting all our strength in you. And when the questions come, then the choices start to weigh. We give the right answer, let the truth pave the way. No matter the consequence, we stand by our word. The strongest brokerage voice the Arizona's ever heard. And we will rise, watch the desert glow. From Casa Grande to the top, watch the market grow. The strongest team in AZ, hustling side by side. With a brother and a sister, nowhere left to hide. When one of us is climbing, we're all reaching for the blue. Ascend AZ, nobody backs you up like we do. Consistent in every room, we never change the pace. From CG to the whole state, we're winning every race. You fall, I lift you up. We never walk alone. We're building an empire, stone by stone. Hear the anthem ringing out across the desert sand. The highest tier, the tightest team, the best in all the land.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll get started. So thanks for being here, guys. Today we're going to talk about lead gen, and not just Jen that's sitting across from me, but lead generation. So one of the most quoted parts of the MREA is the quote, lead generation is the most dollar productive activity in real estate. So lead gen is the most dollar productive activity in real estate. Now, most agents treat lead gen as something they do when they're not busy. Has anybody fallen into that?
Me.
Yeah. If we're all honest,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna lead gen. Like I've got nothing else going on today. I don't have any showings, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lead gen to try to get some showings, to try to get activity. But millionaire real estate agents treat lead generation as something they do regardless of how busy they are. Now, there's a common cycle that we can get into where prospecting stops, the pipeline shrinks, that makes closings drop, panic begins. So then what do? Prospecting starts again, the pipeline fills, and then prospecting stops again. Anybody been there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a common cycle that we get into. Like when you have like several in escrow, you're like, oh, I'm good. And then you realize that, your next payday is a long way away because you haven't kept prospecting. So, millionaire real estate agents, they treat lead generation not as something just to do when there's nothing going on, but something that keeps their business going. Um, what are challenges that you have or that you've heard about lead gen?
I have some.
Sure.
Just having limited access to people that are actually local. And I've found a solution to that, or it hasn't solved the problem, but my idea is to just get out there more and start marketing to people through are city and local groups.
Yeah. So that's one barrier. That's what we hear. What else? What other common challenges? How about this one? I don't like cold calling.
Oh,
She
yeah.
just shook her head. She doesn't like cold
I
calling.
do not.
Yeah. Just think, a cold call is a friend you haven't made yet.
Yeah. Friends aren't my friends.
How about this one? I don't know what to say.
Okay, yeah.
That's a
That's
common
why
one.
I don't cold call.
Yeah. How about this one? I don't have enough time to lead gen.
That's a poor excuse.
Yeah, I abandoned that a long time ago.
Make the time. If you want it bad enough, you'll make the time.
Yeah.
Or how about this one? I've actually heard this. I don't want to bother other people.
Yep,
Yep.
that's me.
Our whole job is to bother other people.
Our paycheck relies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bothering other people is just a friend or a restraining order we haven't met or
Oh, dear.
received yet. How about this? Oh, this is a huge one that I've heard. I'm waiting until I know more.
Yes, I hear that.
Okay, you hear that one. How about you guys? You hear that one? Or feel that one?
Feel that one a little
Because
bit.
you're afraid of what like next level question is going to come at you. We actually like talked about this in script practice yesterday. You know, like kind of pushing through some of those concepts. So most agents aren't avoiding lead gen because they lack skill. They're avoiding lead generation because they fear rejection. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I would agree.
I agree. I mean, the high percentage of us have ADHD, and with that comes rejection sensitivity. So,
Yeah.
I think that kind of goes with it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, Jen. Yeah, so you get into the cycle of, I don't want to call because my last call went bad, and I'm afraid that the next call is going to go as bad or worse. So that's a big one. Hey, Karen, welcome.
I've been on. I just haven't had my camera on.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. But so today we're not going to talk about scripts. We're not going to talk about this. This is more about identity and like kind of who you are in this business and finding your lead gen, finding your rhythm. And successful agents don't wait until they feel motivated. They just do it. It's like the Nike approach. Just do it. Like there's a lot of times when we don't feel like doing something, but we have to do it. Like I'll admit for the last week, I've got this cool app that's like my like workout app, and I can put in the stuff that I have at home and then I can do it. And so I've got it all set up, and I did it like consistently for about a month, and then I went away, and I haven't even gotten up to do it this week once. Because I've got the tools, I've got the skills, I've got the necessary technology. I just wasn't motivated. And lead gen is the same way. I think lead gen is like one of those muscle memories that we have to constantly work out and work on. Because if once we stop, then what happens when you stop working out? You stop working
Your
out.
muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you go back, you're like, oh, that's sore. that hurt more than the last time I did this. So same thing with lead gen. We just have to kind of work it anyway. So imagine two farmers. Farmer one plants seeds every day. And then farmer two plants only when he feels inspired. Which farmer eats?
One who does it every day.
The one that does it every day. So real estate is no different. Lead gen is seed planting. You might not see results today, but you will absolutely see results later. And the problem is that most people stop before you can harvest because we get just in that rhythm of it. All right, so here's a question I want us to answer. Right now, if I took away all of your current clients, even ones provided by the team, even ones that you have, where would your next deal come from?
Family.
Okay.
Mhm.
Lead gen, you have to go out and knock on doors and make phone calls and
Start from ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
My
So
phone
every business
probably.
has your phone. Yeah. Just reach back out.
Hmm.
Well, every business has one primary responsibility, and that is to create new business. And in real estate, that responsibility is lead generation. So here's the thing about lead gen. It is not optional. Marketing, totally optional. Fancy branding, completely optional. Expensive technology, completely optional. Just ask Gerald. But lead generation is not. So sometimes, like one of the things that I see, and I'm guilty of this as well, is like we get that shiny object syndrome where we go to, we're as good as our last conference or we're as good as our last podcast. And so in each one of those, they've got something to sell you that's going to generate more business. And so we're like, oh, I'm gonna go do this now. And so you like run at that for like a couple weeks, and then it didn't have the results like you saw in this podcast or you saw at this conference, and so you're devastated again. And so you see another one and you go after it. Or somebody calls you and they go, hi, I see that you're a real estate agent in Casa Grande, Arizona. Did you know that for only $1,000 a month, I will give you unlimited leads and opportunity? And you're like, oh, somebody will do the work for me.
Yeah.
Or you see other successful agents and you ask them like, hey, what do you do? They're like, oh, these are all referrals. And so you kind of get frustrated. But all of that has come like the people that call you that want to sell you leads, they're lead genning. They're generating leads. So that's all they're doing, and they're getting you to pay for it. So you might as well like cut out that and do it yourself. I see a lot of agents that will say, oh, if I'm gonna like spend the next couple of weeks, like I got to work on my brand. Now, it's cool to have your identity. It's cool to have like who you are, but they'll spend more time like behind Canva than they will out in front of people. And I think those are important, but it's like, what can you get other people to do for you? Like, security title will do, title agencies will do marketing and stuff like that, because your best skill is getting out in front of people and talking to them. And so we don't want to forget that when it comes to lead gen. Here's another thing about lead gen is consistency beats talent. So a mediocre script used daily beats a perfect script used occasionally. So I think some of the most successful agents that I've seen are just like daily grinding it out. They're just showing up every day. They're doing their lead gen time. They're just like making sure that time is sacred, and nothing else can take it from them. But so, I mean, talent will take you far, somewhat far, but consistency over time gives you longevity in this business. Does anybody know what the average lifespan of a real estate agent is in the business?
It's like under 2 years.
How long, Ryan?
Under 2 years?
Yeah, under 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like 90%.
Yeah, like 90%. You bought a Groupon, you went to school, you passed the test.
Well, how many people they pass the test and then they realize how much the upfront costs are, and they just don't even,
Yeah.
And I'm always honest with people because people always tell me, I'm like, okay, but be prepared. This. I was like, because nobody told me that. It was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, Jen. Like it's that consistency. It's showing up every day. And I've met so many agents. I think it's kind of fun to talk to an agent that's on the brink of leaving, and then be able to show them the consistent patterns. And like everybody in this room can help with that as well. So here's a few myths. One myth about lead gen. I'll prospect when I have time. So the truth is, if you don't prospect, you won't have business. So we actually know that your closings today come from activities performed 60 to 120 days ago. Like the conversation that you had 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago are probably going to drive a lot of your business. How many of you experience like um, a client calls you. I had this happen just this past winter. Like I had this couple set up on just an MLS drip, and so every day they would get houses from me, and of course when they call you like, hey, you sent us this house this morning, and you're like, well, of course I did, and but they were like, oh, we just love that you've been like keeping up with us for the last few months. And honestly, like I love that I'm teaching this class right now because I need to like dial this in a little bit better for me because
you've forgotten about them.
yeah, they'd fallen off my radar. But those were from conversations like a year. They showed up to an open house a year ago.
Yeah. I have one right now that was an open house like 3 years ago.
Oh wow! Tell us about that.
And they just now they're ready. And I have one, it's just like, okay, they've been watching. And it's funny because she came to an open house in Arizona City. And at the time she told me she was from the West Valley and she said, hey, but I have an agent, but she couldn't come out today. And she's like, it was far to come from Glendale. I saw you're having an open house. So I came in. Okay, well, that's cool. And I said, well, just make sure your agent knows Arizona City because there's a lot of things about Arizona City.
Yeah.
There's no high school. They bus the kids. There's no mail service. I said, make sure they know these kind of things. So after that, then she kept calling me, back with questions. And I said, well, you told me you had an agent, like all this. And so then, she but I still put her on a drip. And like a couple months later, then she was like, yeah, I started thinking about what you were talking about. My agent doesn't know anything about Arizona City.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you this. Right?
Oh, that's great.
So now she's kind of finally, she was waiting, she's going to be retiring. So she thought she was going to retire a couple of years ago and she's put it off a couple of years. It kept her. She's just in education. And every time they're like, please don't leave. We have shortages. She stays on. So she's like, I think I'm good. This is going to be my last year. It's ready to go.
Oh, that's great. That's a great story. And a way to keep up with her, remembering about that.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I never write anything down. Like, I have like a phonographic memory. If you tell me something, I'm going to remember it forever. I'm usually at 2 a.m., but I'm going to remember. And so I did. One of my, like my first big client, they came into an open house like within like my first month or something, and they came in, they looked at the house. She came in, looked at the house. They were from out of state. Her husband wasn't with her. It wasn't the right house for him. This was on a Friday night. On Monday, a house had hit the market that I thought was perfect for what they were looking for. I sent it to her, and at that time she was like, "Oh, that's perfect, but we went under contract on a new build yesterday. We just unrepresented."
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, so this was like August. February, I had gone to the gym. I come home at night. It's like 7 o'clock at night, and I have a missed call, a voicemail from her. She's like, you probably don't remember me, yada, yada, yada. And I remembered everything. Like, I remembered her telling me that she wanted to move out here because she had breast cancer during COVID, and she realized like her kids lived out here and they couldn't visit her and how hard that was, and she wanted to be close to them. And, like, I remembered every single detail she had told me, even though I hadn't talked to her since August. And she's like, yeah, we've decided it's taken too long on this new build. We're really unhappy with the builder. We've decided Casa Grande isn't really the right, fit for us. But we've got a list of houses we want to look at in Queen Creek. Can you do that? And we did. We went out and looked at houses, and they wrote an offer the same day. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So you never know, like as you work, is it not? I don't want to say that. You should always know that the work that you're putting in now will have some kind of payoff later, because it doesn't happen just by chance. Like, it happens because you put in that early. You were planting those seeds. So I want to ask some questions. What lead sources have generated the most of your? Let me say it again. What lead sources have generated most of your business?
Sphere and referral.
For me, it's open houses. Who else?
I mean, mine started with open houses, but now it's kind of moved to referrals and there. Yeah.
Right now, mine is floor.
Floor. Hey, that's great.
Love it. Fans, family and friends, and then past clients as they become. So it's almost always been Sphere. I've converted I've done a lot of open houses, but I have not converted. I mean, there's some that I'm still talking to. Like one of my
Mhm.
biggest clients, that'll eventually close and that will be massive. But for the most part, yeah, it's mostly been Sphere and past clients and like a lot of social media, just friends from there.
Very cool. Social media, that's a good one.
Yep.
What lead sources have wasted the most time for you?
I would say for me, open houses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I've gotten contacts, but I haven't converted many. So I've done
Mm,
many of them at a high level, but I think I have not had the system to convert it. So
mm,
that's not to say
okay.
open houses don't work because I still think they do. I have just not
Yeah,
had the system to do it.
that's one thing about lead gen. Like it's not one size fits all. And that's what I like about it is that we can do many things as long as we lock in on something. What else? Who else? Like what has wasted your time? For me, it was door knocking.
Yeah. It's
Like,
dangerous anymore.
and
People
nobody's
like,
ever home.
they're never home or they're gonna answer the door with a gun. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
doing this anymore.
And I think the other ones have wasted my time, like letters, circle prospecting. It was my fault that it wasted my time because I tried it for a week
No.
and then I stopped. So I think like I always feel like that real estate is very much a one-to-one correspondence. The effort that I put into one area, I'm going to receive something back from that.
Right.
So if I put my efforts into circle prospecting, I know I can do it. If I put my efforts into open houses as I've done, it comes back. So there's always to be like a one-to-one correspondence, one-to-one correlation there. What lead generation activities do you enjoy?
Social media marketing. I enjoy talking
Okay.
to people in groups and chats and telling them about why I live here. And I feel like it's an
Mhm.
organic way to start a conversation about real estate.
That's awesome. What do you enjoy, Jen?
I mean, I don't mind doing open houses.
Okay.
I'm better face to face. I don't, I'd rather be in front of people and
Yeah.
not on the phone. So
Who
Open
else?
houses for me. I enjoy same thing as Jen.
You enjoy it.
I
So you
enjoy being
enjoy it, but it wasted your time.
I know it's really weird.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm totally going to contradict myself, but I enjoy them. I'm good at them when they're busy
Uh-huh.
and can get people's info quick. But I've struggled to get the conversion.
Got it. How about you, Karen?
telling you, Ryan, you got to focus on 55 plus. That's where they are.
There you go. I like open houses, but honestly, as funny as it sounds, I enjoy door knocking.
Really? That's great.
Well, Karen's not scary looking like me. People probably don't answer with a gun on her.
Um, you're not scary looking, first off, but I just I enjoyed the opportunity to just say, hey, I'm in the area and I just wanted to let you know I'm around and we've got these things going on in the area and I wanted to let people in Arizona City know that we've got these activities coming up because we don't often know
Yeah,
where to go.
that's great. I love I love open houses and I like events. Like
Yeah,
because I like talking to like large groups of people.
network events, I like those.
Yeah. And open houses, like I treat them like an event. So I think that's where I lock in. I also like social media. Like it seems like, a long time ago, every time I would post on like CG chat, like, cash for your house type sale, it would turn into a listing. But again, it's consistency. Which lead gens, what do you avoid when it comes to lead generation?
Calling because I don't know my script yet.
Mm, I'm working on a whole new script book, by the way, after yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm retooling like a lot of those to
Yeah.
bridge it more of like what we talked about yesterday with like the hero idea of the client.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you guys, it was so good.
that was
You
so
guys should
fun.
all come in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually doing it next Wednesday. We're gonna start the rhythm next Wednesday.
Oh, damn it.
For
Well,
your
My
talk to
kids,
Dana.
I'll have my kids on Wednesdays.
Oh, talk to Dana. I want to do it every week, but she said every other week.
I'll
I would
see
do
if,
it every week because it's an
okay.
important skill.
I think it is important. I'll talk to him and be like, hey, can we start the cadence? Because I can make it Wednesdays if it's
Yeah.
does again in 2 weeks.
I guess there was something else happening on Wednesdays that was conflicting, but
All right.
I
I'll
didn't see
talk to
anything
it and
else.
I'll see if I can
Okay.
leverage it into something
And it
different.
doesn't have to be Wednesday. It could be any day. So
Yeah.
all right. Sorry, off topic.
Very good.
I avoid now I avoid door knocking. So I think I had one bad experience and I'm like, I don't want to do that. That wasn't worth being out in 110 for.
Yeah, it's too
So,
hot this time of
Yeah.
year anyway.
Yeah.
You do it early in the morning. You do it when Andy does his phone calls at 8.
You
That's
gotta be
right.
sweet spot after people have had their morning coffee, so you're not getting the grumps in the morning.
There you go. You take a copy with you. There's an idea.
Well, I was door knocking this. I'm going to say this. I don't know if this can be out there. So Lee, if this can't be, that's fine. But I was door knocking in this one neighborhood where I had sold a lot of homes in, like 3 or 4 in like the last 2 months of that time period. So I door knock. She answers the door and I go, hey, I do my script. And she goes, you're not going to be selling to this group of people, are you?
Oh,
And so I was like, yeah, all right, I'm done. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's mighty racist of you.
Yikes.
So, yeah,
I've had a few of those.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. So let's talk about just all, I don't know. Did you guys get the handout emailed to you at all? No? Okay.
Hold on, let me look.
I sent an email, but like for you a couple minutes before I started, but I didn't open it. Could have been on.
So if you want to get a piece of paper, because what we're going to do is we're going to make some lists. And the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to list off all sources of lead generation. So we'll call this the lead generation inventory. So just popcorn. What are they?
I already started a list because I was taking notes while you were talking. Open houses, sphere and referrals, calls and door knocking, mailers and farming, and local events are all notes I took from everyone's comments.
Awesome. Who else can add to that? Those are amazing.
Did you say garage sales? Or I guess that's like going events.
That's actually a really good
farming.
idea.
I would call garage sales like door knocking farming.
Yeah.
Past clients.
The grocery
And then
store.
we said social media, events, community involvement. What else?
I'd say like networking groups.
Yep. Networking. What kind of networking groups get you business? I'm actually more curious than anything.
I'm not a big fan. BNI works because you only have one specific type. I'm trying to get into one in Queen Creek they're like non-BNI.
The network
Because like
together?
I'm too much of a bro, so it's kind of like a more relaxed one where they have I like more where there's like blue collar type jobs.
Yeah.
Business owners, because they are the ones that are working on houses. And they, a lot of the times, are there. If it's a pool company, landscaper, contractor, they might get the first crack on who might be doing something.
I like that.
Queen Creek, is it networked together?
The one that I'm looking at?
Yeah.
AZ Professionals. They have a number of them. Queen Creek, Gilbert, Mesa.
Yeah.
I think they have a Casa
network
Grande.
professional, their network, try that again. Those guys, they're all entrepreneurs and they're not looking to buy anything. So don't do network together.
Okay. Thanks, Karen. How about expired listings?
Yep.
Who likes to call those?
I do.
You do? Jen
Mhm.
does. Okay.
I've turned several of them in the last 6 months.
Oh, awesome. What about FISBOs?
It's a good one.
Who likes that?
Pre-foreclosure.
Yeah,
FISBOs are
foreclosure,
really easy to get appointments with.
but hard to close.
Yes.
Is you gotta do that initial contact with them,
Mhm.
get the meeting because you're gonna bring them a buyer they feel, and then you've got to wait them out sometimes.
Got to get in the foxhole because then, but the other thing, you're fighting against tons of agents along the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Agents that are willing to discount by crazy amounts.
Yep.
So, what else?
I laughed a couple times ago. I told you the grocery store, but
Oh yeah.
if you ask Mary Bell, she always wears her realtor shirt when she goes shopping, and she brings up conversations with everyone, and she's picked up a lot of leads that way.
I need a
Oh,
Keller
that's awesome.
Williams shirt so that I can go out and have it be a conversation starter. She did tell me that's how she does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about internet leads? I've never paid for a successful internet lead.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did realtor.com for a year and I closed 2 out of the year and I barely got back what I paid. Like it was
Yeah.
it was
So we've come up together with 1, 2, 3, 4. So 15 sources, 15 lead gen sources. Let's go 16 because I'm going to do cold calling. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to write, if you have a piece of paper, I think it's actually on yours. So write the words green light, yellow light, and red light. Now, green light are the ones for you that produce business. Yellow light are the ones that are potential business. And red is the time waster. So what I want to do is I want to give you 5 minutes. Actually, I'm going to give you 3 minutes starting now to categorize everything that we wrote down into one of those 3 categories. All right, and go. All right, one more minute.
You see why I was always in trouble in school.
You didn't do your homework, Jen.
You didn't show your work.
I just wait till the last minute for everything.
Nope, I wouldn't do it. I get in trouble because I could do trig and calc in my head, and you didn't turn in your work. What do you want me to do? Is take a screenshot of my brain? Like, that's impossible. There's no way you did. Well, and yet I got the right answers.
All right, friends. Let's go around the room. Let's start with Karen. Karen, what were your green lights?
My big green lights, local events, floor open houses, could be when I start doing them. Social media, more community involvement, and my door knocking hasn't been greatly yet, but I anticipate I've picked up a lot of people that are interested but not ready to go.
Okay. What were your yellow lights?
Referrals, since I don't know anyone yet. Cold calling, because I have not been doing it. Farming, past clients, because I don't have them. And better networking.
Okay. And now your red lights.
Absolutely red. Spheres, mailers, expired listings, and internet leads.
Okay.
And yeah, my sphere is nowhere near here. So
okay. Perfect. Yeah. All right, Shannon, your green lights.
Green lights are open houses. Hopefully referrals. I get a lot of people saying that they're going to keep me in mind. Mailers and farming. I think sticking local to my subdivision is going to help. Local events and garage sales, getting out there and talking to people, and social media, speaking to people online in the area.
And your yellow lights.
My yellow lights are calls and door knocking, only because I'm hesitant, not knowing an approach. Networking groups, builders, contractors, and tradesmen. I have that connection. I just think that they have their own network of people they typically work with. And foreclosures, because I'm not sure how to go through that process, but that would be a 50-50.
Okay.
Red lights, I did past clients because I don't have any. Internet, yeah, internet leads and paid leads. I just don't think that's a very personalized approach to finding people. And I heard from you guys that it's not always the best investment. So,
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I would agree. I've always heard about the paid leads. You're gonna have to call them anyway, so why pay for them?
Right.
Yeah. My green, social media, networking, past clients, events. I put in my the investment company I work with. I've gotten a number of deals from there. So Springboard, and then cold calling, because it has worked when I do it. Like if I get people on the phone, I get over the initial go no go. I'm decent at it. Yellow, garage sales, open house, pre-foreclosure mailers. Just because I haven't been consistent with them, but I think anything works if you do it enough. Reds that I don't have interest in. Internet, expireds, and FSBOs.
Okay.
I just feel like there's too much blood in the water with FSBOs.
yeah.
Fighting against too many, and then you're going to get 1.5% commissions. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Jen.
Green is open house, referrals, past clients, canceled and expireds. Yellow, I like to call it more orange. I've pulled back on some of my social media, especially the videos, only because I was getting inbox full of obscene messages. I'm like, hey, just I can't with this. Let's see. And cold calls just because I mean they work, but I just hate them so much.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know that I think anything's really red. If you put effort into, you get what you put into it. So if you're not gonna put effort, then it's
Okay.
a red, I guess.
Cool.
But
My greens were sphere, past clients, open houses, social media, geographic farming. Yellows were expireds, FISBOs, referrals, community involvement, networking. My reds are internet leads, door knocking, the grocery store. Because like when I go, I'm just there to shop, like, and cold calls. So
I can get most of it
but
delivered.
you know what though? Maybe I'll pull that back from because I'll see like I only go to like Fry's on Canal, even though I don't live like that's not my closest one anymore, but it's one I know. And so like I always see people I know when I go there. So I don't know, maybe I should rethink that.
Right.
Just like do something else. Okay, so now what I want you to do is in your green category, I want you to take, 30 seconds. I want you to circle the top three. And before you circle them, I want you to ask yourself if you only worked these three lead sources for 1 year, what would happen? So as you're deciding what to circle. All right, let's go around the room backwards this time. Jen, what did you circle? Top three.
Open houses. And this year it's been the canceled and expired. I've
Okay.
like closed like 4 of them. And here.
All right. Let's go Ryan.
Social. So I've got a whole plan I'm executing past, and then events like hosting buyer, investor, seller webinars and seminars.
Okay. All right. And Shannon.
I did open houses, local events or garage sales, and social media.
Okay. Karen.
Open houses, local events, and floor.
All right. I chose open houses, geographic farming, and past clients. So those are the ones that I want to focus on. Because here's the thing. Most agents discover too many lead sources. And top agents, top producers, they usually master a few. So they usually master like 3. And that's what they build their entire business and their career on. And struggling agents choose every lead source. So out of 17 that we wrote down, struggling agents will try every single one of them and then get so burned out and not know how many irons they have in the fire and then get frustrated. So if you lock into those top 3 this coming year, then you're going to see a big change in your business. So success, it comes from depth, not variety. Life is not Baskin Robbins. 31 flavors. Success comes from the depth that you have in your business, not the variety that you can do. And most agents don't need one more lead source. They just need greater consistency with the lead sources that you already have. So within you is the all of the knowledge, skill, and ability to go after these lead sources. That's one of the things I love about real estate is that it's not a one size fits all. I always jokingly say that when I started, I thought that I was going to have to wear like Dockers and a blazer every day.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's what I saw on TV growing up, like the Century 21 look. And then when I got into it, I realized that I can be who I am. And there are going to be lead generation experiences that I naturally gravitate to, that actually naturally gravitate towards me based on my personality, my disc profile, that I will have more success in than others. And one of the things that we can do is we can acknowledge the strengths that other people have. Like, I've got a good friend, he'll spend 8 hours a day just pounding the phone, and he closes a ton of deals. And that's just what he loves to do. He never leaves his desk. I know another guy that all he'll do is he'll send out like 20 to 30 offers a day, just on not even seeing a house, just like investment properties, and just goes after it. Then I've got some friends that do all the networking events. Like, I don't even know how they have enough time in the day. But we can honor those things in other people, but also know that we can be wired in a different way. But it's locking into those things to create success. So it's kind of like what the MREA calls it, is the concentration principle. So being focused. So the pipeline principle. What you do today shows up in your business 60 to 120 days from now. As we kind of wind up here, of those 3 that you circled, which one is your best lead source to go after?
I think mine's social and sphere, because it's kind of mixed in one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably my most efficient way to do it. And I can trace a number of deals where friends, I would notice they would start interacting with my posts when I'm posting, and it would lead to business.
Mm.
And so now I've really just said, hey, I've got to spend time where it's actually dedicated time to message people. Because I've been really bad about replying. I think I was telling Colleen, maybe, or somebody, that I do Facebook messages for birthdays because it's really easy.
Yeah.
And then it bumps your stuff up. So if you're posting and then sending messages on Facebook, your stuff goes to their algorithm. So when I get back on it, I was embarrassed. That last week, there's somebody that I'd sent 3 years of happy birthday messages, and that was it. And sometimes they even responded to me and I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, I'm so cringy. This is so bad. So I was like, I have to dedicate this time where it is lead gen. It's not just like me doom scrolling. It's like, okay, I'm going to go do this proactively.
That's great. All right. Who else? What's your biggest, what's like your biggest lead source that you're going to go after?
None of mine are proven because clearly they're not successful yet. But social media, I think, is going to be my best way to interact with people, meet people, and make a name for myself.
So what I would do with that, Shannon, is lock into that. And as you're like time blocking your day, instead of just like haphazardly, just doing it when it's like pops up or you think about it, block out a couple hours a day where you're intentional about those interactions.
Yeah. And make conversation like Ryan does, is seek out people, friend request people who do take an interest in my posts, then go through and maybe like some of their content, just to get a conversation started. I think that's going to be the best thing to do.
Yep. No, that's great. It's a good plan. Anybody else want to share? No. So here's oh, go ahead, Karen.
I would say I need to attend more local events.
Okay.
If you need a girlfriend to go along with, I love going to all the little local gatherings. So we should go in and have some fun with it.
There you go.
Well, there's probably an opportunity coming up next Saturday with July 4th.
Yeah.
So it'll be like extremely hot. There'll be people out camping out to watch fireworks that evening. They would probably love 2 lovely ladies showing up with water bottles that have their info on it. and just handing out as many as you can in
Oh,
like a
that's
half
a
an hour
good
of
idea.
time.
Yeah,
I was gonna go to the one in Eloy, so
Mm-hmm. Either
I
one.
and I only say
remember
Eloy
20
because I live down here in American in Arizona City.
Uh-huh.
I
I
love
go to
that
the
idea.
fireworks show anyway, so
Yeah. So
I've
pick up some
reversed
water bottles of fries, get a label put on them, print off some stickers, and there you go.
I already have those labels ready because I manufacture my skincare from home. So I've got a
Oh,
label
there you go.
printer and everything. So
Nice.
should be
You
You're
easy.
guys,
ready.
you guys could do. I've done this in reverse trick or treating. Like when I go get with my kids, I take drinks in a cooler around, and I started in my old neighborhood. They started to recognize me. They're like, "Are you reverse trick or treating again?" But what I would do is I would give away a gift card. So I laminated a QR code, and the drinks were free, but then if they did a survey, they could win a gift card. So that's a way to
That's awesome.
gather info as opposed to just give info.
Hey, can I ask you guys what you guys use? Is there an app or something that you use to have people scan and you collect your info to add to your database? What are you guys currently using?
So I
As
use Lee. What
Go
do I
ahead.
use?
It's just like a QR code I use from Bitly, or it's like in Chrome, a built-in, and then we can just automate it via jot form and then go through our KW command or something like that.
That's it. Jot form. Thanks, Lee. I couldn't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can even do it through. You can get a QR code for free.
Yeah,
Um,
you can. I design them all the time. I just don't know what the data
just do it in Google Forms,
Google Forms. Okay.
Google Forms or Jot
and
form.
then it'll
will go
go
right
to an Excel spreadsheet. Then you manually enter it. That's probably the fastest way without having to connect anything, and it costs nothing.
Okay. Cool. Thank
And the
you for
QR
that.
code's free.
Yeah.
So one of the things this reminded me what you said about Ryan. So on Halloween, I would do like fireball shooters in my neighborhood. Like I don't live in that neighborhood anymore, unfortunately. But people would come by after like 5 years, like, oh, you're the fireball guy. And and I even put in there, like I even found, I think I was at like Target one time after clearance, and there's like a fireball costume, like the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought that, so I wear that every year. So, Lee just put that in the notes. Just
Thank you. I
flow
saw
of-
that.
So, okay, a couple more questions. Of these are great ideas. Locking in to your lead gen source. What's your biggest distraction?
My
Me.
other job.
I'm my biggest distraction. I just get in my way and don't do it.
Yeah, that's very honest, Karen. I love that.
Executive dysfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Christine
not.
Sorry. Christine says it's my shiny objects issue that I get
Yes.
distracted
Oh, okay.
easily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. Well, we started off talking about what takes you out of production. Remember the pipeline emptying, things like that. I'm going to finish with another flow that's much more positive. So, lead gen leads to appointments, that leads to clients, which leads to contracts, which leads to closings, which leads to income. So, where does it start?
Lead gen.
Lead gen. All right. So what I want to do is there's a little bit of homework, and I want you between now and next week to commit to this idea of lead gen, like 2 hours a day. So these are 2 hours where calls are only going out from you. And sometimes we have different rhythms in our life, and I want to completely acknowledge that. But so that it's very this is non-distractible time. And so picking that one thing that you're working on, spending 2 hours a day in that one thing, or maybe add another one, and then see what happens maybe, I mean, your business may not like just like explode in a week, but your focus will definitely change. I love this quote. It's kind of MREA based, but you can spend 4 hours a day working on your business and growing your business, or you can spend 8 hours a day growing somebody else's. So of those 4 hours that you're going to use to grow your business, 2 hours of that every day should be in this lead gen. So we're going to commit to that. Yeah, go ahead.
Last week's challenge to get X amount of conversations per day.
Yeah,
Get
as you
to
do.
that number. So we're stacking different.
Yeah. This is all building on each other. So here's what I want you to make another list for next week, because next week in chapter 4, or session 4, we're going to create our top 100 list. So from this lead gen, from names that you have, from people that you know, write down family, friends, former coworkers, vendors, church or club community contacts, neighbors, community relationships, and social connections. And then your challenge between now and then is to fill that list with 100 names minimum. You don't have to write all their contact information down. I just want to know that you know 100 people in those areas. And don't let them cross-pollinate. I want it to be 100 different names. Because, you know, we all have that one friend that they're in all 10 of those. So, but we want those to be 100 names. And then next week, then we're gonna talk about, you know, as we open up, how many days did you prospect? How many conversations did you have? Did you hit your conversation goal? And what lead gen source generated the most opportunities? And then also what excuses showed up. So, anybody have any questions or comments or last thoughts?
Do you have I know that's like a bold list, typically that top 100. Do you know if there's that exists anywhere? Probably just Google it somewhere.
We can find that. So
Have a
Lee, can we
printed-
find that? Yeah.
I bet there's one somewhere. So that'd be cool then to just be able to, because then it'll give the idea. I remember seeing that because it gives such good ideas of like, oh, these might be good people.
Yeah. So we'll make that. So yeah, but that's straight from bold. So
Cool.
yeah.
Can you add me to an email list if you guys are sending that out?
Oh, absolutely, Shannon.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks,
You too.
Annie.
Thank you, Andy. This is really good.
Thank you for
Enjoy
all
the
the
rest of your
effort
day.
and time you put in for us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. I love this. So,
Yeah, I learn something new every week.
awesome.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys
Bye.
next week.
Yeah.